Today we have some lipsticks here which claim to be long lasting. So we are going to actually test them out and see which one's the long lasting one.
So test number 1 is the water test.
Test number 2 is the coffee test.
Test number 3 is the food test.
So shall we start?
Yes, let's go. Let's start with our nude lipsticks.
Done.
Mine is the 9 to 5, yours is the...
Superstay Matte Ink.
So let's begin the test. So let's begin with the water test.
Okay. Okay, it is.
So the lipstick has come off and transferred onto the glass.
Yeah, I think the same has happened with me, but the transfer on my glass is relatively lesser than yours.
Yeah, definitely. So let's do the coffee test next.
Yeah.
So it has transferred on my cup. As for the payoff, it has lightened a little bit, but I see your lipstick is still intact.
Yes, and it hasn't transferred. Like, just look at it. It is comparatively very
little. Now let's put it to the final test where we dig into this fried rice and see if it transfers or comes off. So I don't know if you guys can see this, but there's only a very little stain on the spoon. But after doing the water, coffee and food test, I do see the lipstick has become a little faint from the sides.
Well, that's not the case in my lipstick. It hasn't transferred at all on the spoon and it hasn't even budged off from my lips. So, yeah.
Now let's move on to our red lipstick. So let's begin with the water test.
Yeah. Wow, just look at this. No mark at all. I mean, the previous one had left a mark and right now there's no mark.
This one has a little bit of a mark, but it's almost negligible. Let's move on to the coffee test. There's a slight mark over here.
Well, there's no mark at all on my cup.
Okay, let's move on to the food test. Okay, so this lipstick has kind of failed the food test. If you're going out for a night where you're not going to eat, probably this lipstick would be quite handy.
So clearly the Wet n Wild Mega Last lipstick has passed all the 3 tests. So that's about it for today's episode. Thank you so much for watching and see you guys next time. Bye.
In today's episode, we are going to be discussing primers. So the primers that I have, the first one is the Sugar Cosmetics Base Glory Pore Minimizing Primer. This one helps minimize open pores and also protects the foundation from seeping into your pores. The second one that I have is the L'Oreal Base Magique Transforming Soothing Primer. I have a lot of redness and discoloration on my skin, so hopefully this will help soothe that.
Well, the primer which I have is the Lakme Absolute Blur Perfect Primer and it's definitely going to help me blur all my imperfections. The second one which I have is the Makeup Revolution Ultra Base Face Primer. It says that it's going to be 24-hour long lasting.
So let's start with the pore minimizing primers.
Definitely, let's go. So my primer is pink in color and it has a very lightweight.
While my primer on the other hand is transparent and it has a gel-like texture. So this primer has a very smooth touch. I can feel that it's making my skin really soft, which means it's getting rid of all the texture on my skin and will give me a smooth base to apply my foundation on top of it.
Well, mine is more towards like a mattifying side and it has matte my skin completely and I really like the feel of it. So yeah.
Let's move on to the other one.
Yeah.
So the Base Magique Primer looks a little bit like a lotion. It's a little pinkish in color and it feels very thick and creamy. It's supposed to get rid of any discoloration on your skin and make it look just a little smoother than its natural self.
This one is like a gel texture and again it is mattifying now. But I'm going to apply on my skin and see how it feels.
How does it feel on your skin?
It's very light in weight, but I think I feel like there's a layer added on my skin.
Okay. Well, with the Base Magique, since I have really dry skin, I like the fact that it has a very creamy texture. It's very heavy though, so again, it does feel like an added layer on your skin. But I do feel like as compared to this side, my imperfections are blurred a little bit more on this side of my face where I have applied the Base Magique.
So that was our review about the primers that we tried.
I hope it helps you pick the correct primer for your skin type. That's all from this episode. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.
In today's video, we are going to review 4 eyeshadow palettes for beginners. So the first eyeshadow palette which I have with me is from MAC. It says Burgundy ×9. It has all matte and shimmer shades, which is really nice part. I really like the black shade in this because you can actually do a smoky eye with it. What I feel is missing is a light brown color. Apart from that, I think it's pretty much good. And I'm going to be doing a brown black smoky eye with this.
The eyeshadow palette that I have with me is the Maybelline City Mini palette, and this is in the shade Urban Jungle. Right off the back, if you're a beginner, it's very handy to travel with. It also comes with a small brush inside it, so in case you don't have an eyeshadow brush, you could use this one. It has a lot of green shades in it, which is not great for a beginner, but I like the fact that it has this white because you can apply it on your brow bone to give it a little lift and also highlight it. And the golden shade, the rose gold shade, is also really nice. It's subtle and nice for a beginner to work with.
The second eyeshadow palette which I have is the 24K Nudes by Maybelline. The Maybelline 24K Nudes palette claims to have nudes in it, but I don't really see a lot of nudes in this. It definitely has a lot of shimmer shades than the matte ones, but I really like the fact that it has a deep brown and a black which is matte, which can also be used as an eyebrow.
The eyeshadow palette that I have with me is the Makeup Revolution Ultra Eyeshadows, and this one has 32 eyeshadows inside it. This one has this little sheet that has the names of all the shades. At first glance, I can see that it has a lot of nude shades, which is great for beginners. It also has a light brown shade, which is amazing because you need that light brown shade as a transition color to apply in your crease. At the same time, they've also added a couple of pop colors for the nighttime. It again has a lot of dark browns and blacks as well for you to smoke your eyeshadow or your eyeliner out. So this, I think, is a very handy palette for beginners, but I'm going to try it on and see how the payoff is. So my eyes are done with the Makeup Revolution palette, and I think it's really good. If I were to recommend one of the two palettes, I would definitely recommend the Makeup Revolution one instead of the City palette. But the City palette is super handy to travel with, so that's a major plus point that it has.
I think I would definitely recommend the MAC one because it has really good shades and it's super handy as well.
So that's all from this episode. I hope we helped you all choose an eyeshadow palette if you're a beginner, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
In today's episode, we are going to be testing out Korean beauty products.
And the Korean beauty products have definitely taken the industry by storm over the last few years because of their natural and unique ingredients in the products which they use. Well, today we are going to be trying one cosmetic product and one skincare product.
The cosmetic product that I'm going to be trying is the Face Shop Water Tint. It's a blush, a lip and cheek tint.
And the product which I'm going to be using is the Canola Honey Lip Balm by Innisfree. The skincare product which I'm using is the Tea Tree Sheet Mask by The Face Shop.
And mine is the Solution Nourishing Face Mask by The Face Shop again.
So let's begin with the cosmetic product.
Let's begin.
The lip balm is in the form of a lipstick shape. So it has instantly hydrated my lips and also given me this glossy texture.
As for the lip and cheek tint, I did a few strokes and then I wanted to blend it out, but it stained my cheeks so quickly that you can still see the strokes on my face.
Yeah.
So my suggestion to you would be, it's a good tint but blend it the minute you apply. So unlike most lip and cheek tints, this one is not very watery, it's very hydrating. And it has given this really natural flush to my lips. So I absolutely love this product, and it also smells really nice. It smells like rose.
Well, this one doesn't have any fragrance, but it has definitely hydrated my lips, so I really like this one.
And I like the glossy sheen that it's giving
Yes,
on
and
your
I
lips.
had to use literally very little of this product.
Okay, let's move on to the sheet mask now.
Okay.
So sheet mask is known as an instant 15-minute facial, and that's because it's basically a sheet of paper that's drenched in serum that has ingredients according to what sheet mask you have bought. The ingredients
Yeah.
will be customized according to that. This sheet mask feels really thick and moisturizing, so I'm hoping it's going to leave my skin really nourished.
This one's a thin layer of sheet mask, but it is loaded with serum. As you can see, serum on my hands instantly, so I'm just going to apply on my face.
So what I like to do with my sheet mask is whatever extra serum I get on my hands, I just like to rub it on my neck.
And it instantly has hydrated my skin. Like my skin feels fresh.
Yeah. So same with this one. It is very, very thick. The serum is very thick. If you guys can see, this one is a little bit translucent, and your sheet mask is a little bit more transparent.
Yes.
So this is a lot more hydrating. So like I said, that every sheet mask, depending on what problem it's tackling, it has custom ingredients in the serum. This one's definitely thicker, very hydrating, and is also giving a very cooling sensation to my skin, which is great. My skin feels pampered and it feels super nice.
I think the best part about the sheet mask is that you can actually read or watch something wearing this. Ta-da! 15 minutes are up. I think time to take this off.
That's it, guys. That was our review of Korean beauty products. I think I'm a convert and I'm gonna sheet mask every weekend.
Well, thank you so much for watching us. See you guys next time.
Bye.
For more fashion tips, subscribe the channel and press the bell icon.